So I would like to share with you a trifecta of what I would call how to manifest. And this works with synchronicities, with reflection and research, and with what I would call intuition. And so if you're sensitive to intuition and you're holding on to intention, let's say I have an idea, I want to create a patent, right? And I'm not too sure about how I'm going to create everything. I have some ideas, but then I start thinking about it, or I make videos about it and people comment, oh, well, you should use this in your filtration system. You should use this, because the one I was doing last was the water Kangen machine, and people were giving me all these good ideas. Then I start to do research on it, but as I do research on it, then I also spend time reflecting on that research, thinking about it, and then it peels off layers. But then now, because I'm holding that idea, it's in an incubator now. Now that I'm not just thinking about it once a month or once a week, but now I'm like, okay, and I'm working on the project and I'm writing stuff down and I'm clicking on research, and then I start to follow the intuition, the still small voice, what I would call God inside. And so as I'm reflecting, I can also now get information from this still small voice, what I call the downloads. And so I get these downloads, and then I start to write that stuff down, because it very often complements it or it opens it up even further. And so you use intuition to guide you. And then there'll be synchronicities that start to happen when you start holding on to this, because you're almost like impregnating it into this realm. Now that you're focused on this, this is a doorway that you're opening. You can think of it as a womb, a portal, manifestation, but basically you're holding on to this, and then it starts to open because you're holding on to it, and vibrationally you're holding on to it. Not just the idea, but now you start to get excited about it. You start to believe that it's going to happen. You start to work on it. You start to maybe even make prototypes, and you're like, oh, we're totally doing this now. And then it starts to become even more real. That's you impregnating it into this realm until it's like producing fruit. The produced fruit is the produced product. And you see it in your hand, and you go, we actually built this, guys. And so as you're holding on to that idea, you're now attracting other people that are in that realm. You're now attracting these other things because you're already creating the groundwork for it to come into this realm through how you feel. You're like certain, right? Or you're excited. Both of those are high vibrational frequencies that cause it to start manifesting quicker, right? If you were going to think about that being the engine, the higher the vibration, the quicker the propeller turns, or the faster it's churning the butter to make the butter, whatever you want to look at it before you have that finished product, right? And then so you're holding on to it, you're reflecting onto it, you're letting the still small voice expand it, and then what that's doing also is the still small voice is now, along with all of this intention and reflection, that's causing it to turn into a magnet. Now you're attracting things towards you that are actually going to cause it in the natural, not just in the spiritual and the mental, but now in the natural. People or scientists or people that can make a mass production of a product, whatever it is, will start to line up, and you'll go, why is this all happening? It's because you've turned your intention into a magnet by reflection, by research, by writing it down, which is also bringing it into this realm, and then also by vibration. All of those things turn it into a high-powered magnet, and then when you start paying attention to the synchronicities and stop being so busy, you realize this easy method actually creates prosperity, because the idea that turns into a product turns into sales, which then creates abundance. And so all of that connects together. And this is a tool we need to start working on more. We need to start working on this muscle more. If there's a muscle you want to work out, it's this one, because the faster you manifest, the more you're going to be able to create. The more you create, the more you're going to be able to change the world. That's what we want. We want new earth. That's what the goal is.